Okay. I'm live now. And this was not where I was supposed to go live. So I may have people in the old live waiting, and I hope they'll find their way in here. So I'm just talking to no one right now. I don't know what is up with the digital stuff these days, but I am not having the best of times, and that is so hilarious. Let's see if I can make a post. I'm just going to write quickly here and wait for people to find me. Sorry for the inconvenience. So I am live in a new stream, and then I'm going to post it, and hopefully people will see it. So this is amazing. I'm here now, and I have some people in here. I hope Aqua Divin and Marit is here because you were there before waiting, and I had to leave you, and I'm so sorry for that. At least Aqua Divin is here. Good evening. How are you? I am good. Thank you. So nice to see you here. I don't know what is up with this, but so so last time I lost the connection. And I don't know if I'm connected to the right. No, I'm connected to the slow internet again today. Isn't this amazing? I actually had to restart my computer. So that's fun. But fingers crossed, everything's going to go straight good from here. I'm just going to ask my guides as well. That's funny. So you know those, what do you call the things from dandelions? You know, maybe it's not dandelions, but it's more the big fluffy white things that can float around in the air. And I just saw two connected. So disconnection, well, we already had that last time. But the funny thing is, I don't know if you also follow Lee Harris Energy. I love his monthly energy updates. And it's so funny. I was listening to it yesterday. And actually, one of the themes his guides gave, and I have a feeling that we share some of the guides because the messages we get, they're so alike. And one of them was disconnection becoming connection. And my theme was disconnect to connect. So that was really fun, interesting that we would have the same theme. So I wonder why I'm still struggling with this, because I don't really want to disconnect from you guys. This is my peeps. This is where we get to hang out. So, well, soon on Saturday, you'll be able to hang out with me in my, it's a community I've made called Uplift and membership based. And I am letting in 25 founding members at the price of only $22 a month, or you get a full month and pay for 10 months, and a full year and pay for 10 months. And I'm so looking forward to it. And I really hope that the right people who are interested in building this community with me are going to be there, because the first 25 founding members, they're going to have a lot more me than there's going to be going forward. And then we're going to do this together. So if you're looking for a place to build your community, your tribe, and find the right energies, and also have a say in what is being created, what are the themes, the topics, when are we going to have the lives, then you get a say now, because I have set the structure. I have plans for the content, and I am creating, but I will be creating so much with you. So let me know if you're interested. It's Uplift, and it's on my webpage, theneuroDivergentPsychic.com/uplift. And you can find it. But that was just what I wanted to say, that and in there, so the lives, it's going to be you get attendance. So you have your own link, and we'll meet up on camera if you prefer. So not just me being on camera. Good. So, yes. So Aquadivin, I apologize for haven't signed up to the Uplift yet, but I will though. Yeah, no apologies, because, well, everything is going to happen in the right order. But you were definitely one of the people I was thinking would be a great fit for the energy that I want to attract, and that I hope will attract the right people to create community, connection, communication, and also the sense of everyone sharing what they have to share and being inspired by others, even if we may have different interests, but we're all there for love and peace and community. So, and Tina being Tina is saying good evening to you. So wherever you are, if it's evening or morning or night, welcome. I'm so happy that you're here. And last time I managed to actually keep it down to an hour and a half. And that's my plan today, an hour to an hour and a half, because, well, I feel as though I talk a lot, and I would encourage you guys to ask your questions. What do you want to know? So just take a few seconds or minutes if you need it. Take a deep breath. Why am I actually here today? What do I hope to get from this? Because what my guides have been nudging me to is really decide some things for myself and ask for what I need to know, and not just sit and wait for the answers and hoping, oh, well, I showed up, that must be enough. So if you're here by choice, not randomly, well, even if you randomly come across this, there must be a reason. So what is it that you would love to know more about, or develop in yourself, or practice more, or have some insights around? And ask them, because right here is where you get the answers for free. And I'm channeling them from my spirit guide team. They're called Odeon. And if you saw the live last week, I kind of lost them for a moment there. So what happened was, I have always had a clear connection to my spirit guide team. It's kind of a collective, and they're placed here. Like, I don't know if this is doing the mirroring thing, but for me, to my right side. And last week, all this disconnection, it was really weird, because I channeled an entity who came through and was talking about disconnection and how it's important to disconnect so we can better connect to ourselves, to our inner guidance, our higher self, and also the purpose of being human and all of that. And I didn't really recognize that energy. And then I got curious. So what was actually going on up there? So I tapped into Odeon, and normally I don't go into it. So they're presenting themselves as like a consultancy, a company where I can get help, because I was so confused in the beginning, because I felt like I had a lot of changing guides and helpers and ascended masters, and I didn't know what to call them. So Esther Hicks has Abraham, and they always said we are many, and that was so confusing for me. So I couldn't call many one thing, because they would feel different. So it would be like if I had a multiple of friends and I just called them all the same name, and I would be confused, because who is this actually, if they come presenting themselves as that same person. So, and I know, like Lee Harris, he has like 88 entities, and they call themselves the Z's, because they're all named something with a Z. Not all, I don't think, actually, but the primary ones. And even though I feel as though I can recognize the energy sometimes when he's channeling from some of the ones coming through to me, I cannot have that one name. So they call themselves Odeon. And normally I don't care so much about who's coming through. I just know that I open the right door. I feel safe. This is my gate. But last week, I actually entered, and I don't usually do that. I've been up in the Galactic Council before, and I saw the big white table, and I saw that I used to have a seat there and help plan and that. But Odeon was different. We just had connection, like, hey, are you in? And we would communicate. But this time I saw as a hallway with doors, and it was all white, but it was empty. It was like echo thingy. And what I found out was that I'm having an upgrade again. I had an upgrade. And I actually got annoyed because now I was getting used to those energies because they hadn't changed a lot lately, because I keep taking these giant leaps in my spiritual, well, I wouldn't call it development or growth. It's more what I am prepared to accept and open up to personify. Like this going from the neurodivergent psychic, which I needed as my identity because, hey, I talk a lot, I talk fast, I can go off track, I can get really hyper. And that would warn people. Like, so I could be me based on that identity. And now my new path as the spiritual practitioner mentor, it's a bit more serious. So I have to lose the old, okay, I'm just gonna have fun, because I also have to take it seriously now. They said, you've had your fun, so now you have to teach other people how to have it fun. And sometimes that requires something else from you. And that was a bit sad for me because I like this part. And so many of you who will be following me, you're there, or you're just getting ready to do that, just going around and learning and being amazed all the time. And I still get to be amazed, but it's just on a different level now because I have so much knowledge that they want me to share before they're actually communicating with me now. But now what has changed is that upgrade I got. I don't have Odeon out here anymore. They are as if they're around my head. It's been a week now, and I'm already kind of getting used to it because it's still coming from outside, but now it's right here, as though they're in my auric field, my energy field. And that's it's cool, but still, it sometimes feels as though I have to, oh, wait, is this my thought process, or is it just coming from outside? Because it's almost the same. And then again, not. So I'd love to hear if any of you have experienced this, because many of us went through this upgrade, and some of us haven't noticed. So I have been talking to some people who felt like they were alone, like they didn't really see spirit as much as they used to, didn't sense energies as much. But it's changed. It's I don't know, it's as though it's been integrated into me now, and not something I have to pull from outside or invite in, because it's just part of who I am. So I'd love to hear if any of you have some of that. And I just want to see what Aquadivin is saying. There is a spirit coming up in my room and saying hi to me, and then she leaves out of nowhere. So I don't have the chance to talk to her. What's up with that? I'll look into that afterwards. But I actually have a sensation that is one of you had an upgrade too. And it's a presentation. You're getting used to that one entity thingy. I don't know why I say thingy. It's actually funny. I've been chatting a bit with AI. Sorry for any of you out there hating it, but I wanted to know a bit about how I come across from the outside. And it said, based on me using words like thingy, it makes me very approachable. And I was like, oh, so thingy isn't a thing? Maybe I made that up, but I like that word. So off track, the old version, neurodivergent psychic, now spiritual practitioner mentor. But I'm still going to have fun with it, and I'm still going to be me. But and here it comes again. What did I actually plan to say with this? So Odeon is kind of still there, but they're also being upgraded. So I was up there, I saw the empty rooms, and I got scared that they had left or something was wrong. But I actually was showed, I think it was yesterday, so I had a psychic reading from a friend, and she was talking about this and telling me, she actually confirmed what I had been sensing and knowing. And then suddenly I found myself on another level. Like it was as if I had just, from the offices that felt like Odeon, I had uplifted to the floor above it, and it was all light, as though something was being built, so I could sit there and kind of integrate with the light. So I didn't see any cubicles or offices, but I knew this was the new Odeon, and that is being built right now. So I'm in it, and it's in me, if that makes sense. So if you can relate in any way, share, or just think about, have I not noticed that something has changed? Because a lot of times when we have these changes, it feels as though we have lost something when we have gained something. It's just because we need to learn how to use this new, more powerful energy, this better access, and this higher frequency. And sometimes it's such a hard transformation that we feel lower. I do. I know. It's like I get sad. I get distressed easier, and it's part of it. It's just because we're going from one vibration to another, or we're opening up to new knowledge. And also, this is coming as a download, a lot of us are being made aware of patterns, or it's as though some knowledge will be revealed that we may not be aware of, but it's in our energy system or in our knowledge base to be either transformed or integrated in this existence. Have it make sense the way you need it to make sense, because sometimes they tell me this message will have different meanings depending on the person who hears it. And this was one of those. So some people will hear one thing and other people will hear another. So I used to think, did I say that right? I feel like I should word it differently. And they were like, nope, because that was not, it was meant to be felt. Good. So let's see. Lily, welcome back. Hello, Michelle. Your explanation of the journeying and identities is really helpful. Can I please ask what you see as forefront on my experience or field at present? Okay, so there are two more messages relating to what I was talking about, but I'd actually love to go into this. I hope I finished talking about the whole change that I have been going through. But this with identity, sometimes it's important for us to step into a new role by actually kind of stepping into it. So when I got my master's in IT when I was 37 or something. I'm not sure anymore, but I was not as young as most of the people there. And to kind of fit in, I started wearing T-shirts with cartoon figures, and you know, I kind of tried to fit in because I needed to fit the part. Then I started working at Lego, and I started wearing, like in IT, but you know, business attire. Then I became a senior lecturer teaching programming, and I don't know, I started wearing hats because that felt right for me. Like I wanted to be my own kind of peculiar, but all of those were kind of masks, but they helped me fit into the role where I didn't really change me, just my appearance, to remind me, what do I want to accomplish here? And it's okay to do that as long as you don't change who you are. All of those attires help me still be me, but in a way so I would fit in. And sometimes we have to fit in. So and I'm gonna tune into Lily now just to see how this is relevant, because I feel like the reason why I talked about all these different kinds of masks we wear, as long as we wear them as part of a game and not as a way to try to turn ourselves into what other people want us to be. For me, it was, who do I want to be in this? Like, I want to be that cool teacher. I want to be, you know, it was really hard for me to go from like, I was a speaker at IT conferences, and I was working in IT at Lego, and I was trying to build a name on that. And then, now I'm a teacher. And it was such a change in environment that it helped me acclimatize, is that the word? And now I'm kind of doing the same here, but it's the energy that is forcing me. I feel different, and I didn't really feel different before. Before, I was just me being me and having different roles and different tasks and responsibilities. But now it's really, I am changing. My knowledge is changing, and it's not just as if I'm taking another master's in something. It's really, I'm stepping into some powers, and this is where we can decide and we can manifest who it is we want to be. So just want to quickly say, for those of you who are thinking, hats, why hats? That's just so uncool. I saw a meme. If you could be anyone, who would you want to be? And I actually thought, I would be me, but I would dare to wear hats. That's simple. So just because I was afraid of what other people might say, I wanted to wear them, and I had the courage to do that. But just to kind of catch anything that would come up, I nicknamed myself the crazy hat woman, the crazy hat lady. And I loved it. I had, like, I don't know, 23 different hats, like any kind of fedora. And yeah, fedoras, those were my favorite. But that was just me living out a dream of something I didn't dare do earlier. So what is it you don't dare to do? Try to do it, but in a way where you feel comfortable with it. And back to Lily. So I'm connecting to you. So your question was, if you can ask what I see as forefront on your experience as, or a field of at present. I don't know why it's so hard for me to read it. It's because I had to change the you to me, and yeah, okay. Forefront on my experience or field at present. It's funny you write field, because I do see a field with sunflowers. I do see like some vastness, as though you have a lot of opportunities, but haven't really decided what kind of crops to have. So and I'm guessing that's why you're asking, because you have different opportunities and don't know which ones to choose. And it's as though you have prepared everything, as though the soil is fertile, everything is ready for you to choose. You already, I don't know why the sunflowers are there. That's kind of your fun corner, the passion. You're good at keeping hold on the things that makes you happy, but they could take up more space. They have just like a tiny area, but the rest is kind of up to you. So I am guessing this is all about what to choose. And your experience is this. So I feel like you've also struggled a bit with this, not really feeling connected all the time, and insecure of, am I really good at it? Like, it's like some days I feel, oh my God, this is so amazing. I love doing this and I'm good at it. And the next day it's like, oh no, I lost it. How can I trust this? And it's just a normal, well, there are ups and downs, and it's not in your abilities or skill sets. It's more in your own confidence, because they're actually showing me the sun is always shining, always. Some days you just don't see it. So even if it's raining or it's cloudy, or even if it's snowing and you don't see the sun is still there, just like your abilities are still there. It's just a bit harder for it to come through some days, but you haven't lost anything. It's more as though you're learning. So you're getting some challenges on, okay, so if it's all cloudy, could I maybe learn how to dissipate the clouds? Could I make the sun shine brighter and clear the skies of all clouds and all rain or whatever? And yes, you can, if we're talking metaphorically. So it's up to you to to trust yourself in this. I'd love to have some clarification on what it is you really want to know, because just like I said earlier, what is it really you want to know? You have a chance to get the answers now. So be more specific, because this is really, and you know that you have options. You know that it's a choice you have to make. And honestly, they're saying, we don't know why it is you would like help for this, because you have felt the answer inside. You know where you have like the full body yes. I feel like it's either a job decision or something bigger, like a move. Either way, you have, your body has already given you the answer, but there's some insecurity because the option that has not gotten the right answer is the one your logic, your head is choosing. I hope this makes sense, but go with the full body yes, because you can sense what is right for you. And especially, I feel like I hear other people saying, oh, no, but this is so much better and you'd be better off. And this is so much you, and you still feel drawn to something else. And there are some past experiences where you have followed your body, but it wasn't the intuition in the body. It was other instincts that made you choose not so well. I don't think I have to spell it out, but right now it's a full body yes. And full body means your intuition is with you on this. You might not know why, and you may actually wish that you get the full body yes for something else, but there's a reason why you're not getting that. It's not that you're not connected. It's just that you might have wanted a different answer. You know, just like when we pick a tarot card and we say, no, not that one. We shuffle, we get the same one, and we can do it again and again. And it's like, how many times can you draw the same card? Well, until you take it in. Yeah. So you haven't replied to this. So I am closing it down here. And if something else comes up, please let me know. But just trust that you know what is best for you. And that you're opening up and you're ready. But since you don't see what it is you're ready for, it's so hard for you to see the target, to see where you're going, the goal. But I feel like you're a survivor. They're saying you have the skills to make the best of any situation. You should just go with your gut feeling. So I'm guessing you have clear cognizance, just like me. You just know it. And because it's so easy and we feel it, but we cannot explain it, it's hard to convince other people, but you're the only one who need to trust it. Other people, are their opinion that important? And this goes to anyone, like, trust yourself first and foremost, unless you're famous for choosing wrong, especially since I probably attract people who have some combination of letters in a diagnosis where we're infamous for choosing hastily, a bit impulsive. So, but when we get the full body yes multiple times and we try to see, could there be something else, and there isn't, then maybe find out what it is that makes you not go that direction. Are there any issues, dangers? And this is actually not Lily. I feel like I have to say this so that anyone doesn't just take what I say and say, oh, full body yes, I'm gonna do it, boom, and then it might not be that well. But Lily, I definitely feel like you have the ability to, well, protect yourself and actually take solid choices, because you've made some mistakes and that has taught you a lot. Also, to be cautious. So I do not worry about what you're about to do, because you're supported, super supported. I feel like once you decide, which I'm going to go back to that metaphor, once you decide what prop it is you want to bet on, you have so many waiting just to help you get it going. Yeah. Nurture everything and make sure that you can harvest. Good. So Tina says, Tina being Tina, I have no idea if I got an upgrade like that, but sounds amazing for you, Michelle. Thank you. Um, and by the way, when you write something like that, this goes to anyone. I'm just going to quickly tap into it. So if you don't want me to tap in to see if you have or have not, then just write. So I don't know, but I don't need to know, or something like that. But Tina, you got one, and it's I get like a buzzing, a ringing ear, something. You must have noticed either a ringing in the ear or as though underwater, or just your body is giving you more confirmation than before. So yours is not so like, my guides are gone, like, they're not there anymore. Yours is more subtle, and you might not have noticed it, but I do get that, I don't know, higher pitch, or just something around the ears is making me aware that your energy is, it's gently lifting, because they're saying you're a gentle, calm soul. So they're not gonna like boom, but give it to you just like that. And that's my energy. That's what I attract. Amazing, but also exhausting. Okay, Aqua Divine. I totally feel change in the energy, more information coming in. So yes, you make sense, Michelle. Yeah. Well, you also, just like me, you work on opening up. Ooh, so I feel a change. What is that? And then we can't help to dive in and see what it is. Well, I can turn your name a bit around and call you Aqua Diving. So you're diving into the water, and that is maybe that was your name. I always said divine, like divinity, but dive in. You're diving in. And you also ask, when you were working at Lego, did you use Arduino or Raspberry Pi? No, I didn't. I wasn't really. So for non-tech nerds, those are some cool things you can build stuff with. And I saw it. I was at an IT conference, QCon in New York, and Arduino and the Raspberry Pi. Some of the other speakers had brought some things, and there was some workshops, but I haven't worked with that because I was more into what the real programmer nerds would call on the visual side. So like I only taught PHP and HTML, CSS, the things that you don't have to be super nerdy to do. So no, that wasn't it. I was more like, and then I also went into user experience design and user-centered design, and yeah. So anyone, I'm so sorry for all of you who are just spiritual and do not know what I'm talking about, but that was the question I got. Tina said, haha, that's funny. And I don't know what she said it to, 8:36, something I said just 2 minutes ago. I don't know what it was, but I'm glad that I am saying funny things because I am having fun. I was just looking for my water. No bubbles today. I am not gonna have gasified water because last week I was talking about how I usually feel like I have to burp. I get gassy, so it builds up when I'm channeling. And I said, maybe I should stop drinking gasified water. And I am staying true to that promise, especially after I realized in the algorithm that I was in the statistics and the data. And one of the search terms that my video got found on was burping girl. I know I'm not a girl. I do act as one, but burping girl is not what I want to be known as. So no more gasified water for me when I'm doing this. So cheers in pure water and again, passion fruit syrup. Yeah. Okay. Any more questions? So Aqua Divine, for that spirit that comes up, I feel as though you don't have time to talk to her, but I actually feel as though you could open up in your dreams. Were you the one who were doing astral travel, or was that Marit? Or I love how I kind of get to know you, but some of you are thankfully so often here, so I kind of mix you. I'm so sorry for that. It's because I just have your names, and some of your energies are quite similar, although not really. I just, I just really wish that I had the kind of mindset who could remember people. That's not what I'm good at. So my apologies if you feel like I forget you. I don't. It's not you. Maybe I do, but it's me. It's always been me. Yeah. So Lily say, yes, I get that about the sun and crops, and yes, from moving, taking a new career. I looked at so many things. I just finished a BA in anthropology. Can you see if the full body yes relates to the move or change from anthropology into healing, arts, or business? You're right about why I didn't trust the sensation before. Yeah. Okay. So I love those confirmations where I felt it could be career, and then I saw a move or a move. I should have said, oh, and a move, but sometimes it's hard to tell. And that's why it's always good to have a conversation about it. Many people are like, you can only say yes, no, or maybe, because I have to be able to prove to you that I know what I'm doing. But it's, come on. If you're not convinced, then I don't want to have to prove it. We're here to help you. So the more, if you can confirm what I'm talking about, then I can spend the time on what's relevant. That's my way of thinking this. And I will have psychic teachers and spiritual teachers and mentors and whatever. They're going to say, no, she didn't just, but honestly, a lot of the time that we spend with a client as a psychic, as a medium, is trying to prove that we know what we're doing. And I just feel like it's enough to say, I can feel we're talking about this or that because I see. And if she can say, yes, fine, then tell me what it is. Then I can go deeper. I don't have to spend time guessing, oh, the crops. So it's something you have areas. So this is how I think things have changed. People who come to us now are not looking for proof that this is real. Most of them already believe it. Things have changed, so we don't have to spend so much time trying to get everything, because we want to get to the most important bits. And there are people who can just boom, 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 deliver it, but not all. So many of us, once we have the basics down, we can kind of start to take shortcuts once we have the approval from the client. So that was just my personal opinion, but that's how, when I work like that, I get results so much quicker, and many others could do that too. So Lily, I really don't want to let go of the anthropology. I feel like this is so exciting. There are so many things yet to find out, for me to know. I want to really dive. And I feel though, well, can't you do both? Because I feel anthropology is still like a passion, but I feel it's so hard to build a career in a way that would satisfy you and the way you want to live and the freedom you want to have. And also, I don't know what this is, but it feels, is that like I'm just guessing from the energy in the name, Lily so-and-so. Is it a male-dominated field and it's hard for a woman to be there? Because I was just shown me in IT. That was kind of like, I was the design princess. It's like, I have a master's in IT. I am not a design princess. So if there's something like that, then I feel like there is a way to build, anthropology. What does that have to do with, I don't know, museums, culture, something? I feel as though you could work part-time, but change niche or a perspective on how to use it, and then do the other thing as well. You're writing, yes, I knew what you'd say before saying the male-dominated energy. It does exhaust me. Yeah. So what I'm sensing is that you wouldn't actually feel good having to fight with titles and okay, so I was talking about having to prove yourself, the evidence and all of that that we do in spiritual world. So there isn't really much difference in the sense that we still have to prove our worth and our qualifications and all the time. And I mean, if you have your education, you have your proof, it's still not enough because you have to prove yourself every day. And it's actually the same for every single client. You have to prove something. But I don't feel like you would necessarily feel good if you manage to climb to the top and say, yes, they recognize me and I made it. Because where's the fun in that? You would spend so much time. I feel like the thing that interests you are not the ones that would get you recognition. So what do you love about the area that you could actually get from kind of not degrading yourself, but having another title or I don't know why I keep seeing like a museum tour guide or something. I don't know if that makes sense, but something where you're overqualified, but you could do it and relax in it and be an expert and not have to be acknowledged for it, but just do a job well and love it because you get to do what interests you, and then you'd also have time and energy left to do the other thing. And the other thing was healing, arts, or business. I feel as though healing could be like set aside some time every week, and you could easily build up, like just start building where you have maybe 3 clients a week and see if it's something you want to do full time. Because I feel as though one, you just finished your BA in anthropology and you would hate it if it didn't get used. And it's kind of like the passion burned out, but the interest is still there. You just have to direct it towards the initial interest. And I also feel like some of the things that caught your interest wasn't in the curriculum. You found something else that like you wished you could dive into that. Well, now you can, and you can build it on your own. But I feel as though the comfort and structure of having a paid job would actually help you to better glide into the other. Because I don't know how to put this to, so they're like, okay, so since this is a learning situation, I'm going to say what they're showing me because this could come up with a client. So they're saying, don't say this. And I'm going to say it because now I said this is not what they mean. And I'm going to see how I can say it because they're not showing me as though you're meant to become this big healer, but that I shouldn't tell you because it might make you want to not become a healer then, because when they're saying it or showing it, they want me to say it's a right path for you. Sometimes we have paths, like I started with healing and now I'm a mentor for anything in the spiritual thing. I work with all the entities up there and I'm a channel for them. I had no clue I was going to go there. And if they had told me when I started with my healing thing that, oh, by the way, you're probably going to help people who are way smarter than you and have much more experience, I was going to say, nah, I'm not going to do that. Sorry. I am probably just going to work somewhere else. Sometimes the things that we feel drawn towards, there's a meaning, there's a reason, and you feel the call. Like the healing, it's as though your heart lights up when you think about all the good you can do out there. So it's definitely part of what you're here to do, but I feel it would be safer for you to have I don't know, maybe keep having 2 different paths. You don't have to choose one because you have the big field. You can have your sunflowers and you can grow the nurturing part, and then you can have flowers that are beautiful. So find out what fills you with joy and what brings food on the table, and and so you can pay the rent, and but also what you love doing. Be a bit alternative in how you think about this. So, and I was thinking while I was saying this, I'm spending a lot of time on this one thing. Usually I don't, I give clear, concise, but many people are in this right now. So they're telling me, so many of us are feeling a change and a desire to do differently, especially when we're in the boundaries that are so old, like male domination and having to prove your worth. And we've had it with that. But it doesn't mean we have to quit it. It's an invitation to see, can I transform this? Can I be the change? Can I find another way to do it? Can I say, nah, I'm not going to accept that, but give me that? Because what if we actually could require something? What if we stood up for ourselves the way that lesser qualified people have done so many times and get what they want? What if everything is changing, so we had the power to do that, even if we didn't before? Try it, and if that's not your path, then see, if I'm not happy with where I am, well, move, find another way. And as for the move itself, I would wait and see for the job. So if you really want to move, find out where you can get the job, find out what kind of job you could, and you have guides that help you. I can feel that. You get a lot of information from them, but you just felt so insecure about this one because you feel like, this is the big choice. It's like, guess how many big choices you're going to have? You can just have another big choice and another big choice and another big choice. And you find out, oh, they weren't really that big. They were all important, but it's not life or death in this case. It's just a job. It's just what are you going to do for the near future and maybe longer, but it doesn't really matter. But I feel as though the moving thing, wait to see, find out what it is, and you're going to see it. So they're like, she can just go into her head and see herself doing things and finding out, ooh, that would be cool. Just go over, try on different hats. They're actually I mentioned the hats before. So try on different hats. Like, do I want to be a train conductor? Put on that hat. I know it requires some training and all of that. It's just for fun. Like, okay, how would it feel if I had that job? And not just, oh, I like to be able to be in control of the train. It's more like, I get up in the morning. How does it feel? Do I want to go there? Do I have nice colleagues? Do I love my working hours? Do I work too much? Is it possible for me to build two careers if I want to also to dabble into the spiritual, or if I want to make something serious out of it? Could it be stepping stone? Have fun with that. Go into it, feel it, play with it, and then manifest it. If it feels good, spend some time in there. When you decide, let's say you want to, I don't know why I keep going to museum, putting on that tour guide for a museum, and it's, yes, so every day I do it and I'm manifesting it, so that suddenly, before you know it, it's what you're going to be doing, and you're going to love it because you build it like you created it. Yeah. And I thought, should I explain to people who do not get the energy and the manifestation how this works? And it's, nah, then they probably wouldn't be here, or it wouldn't make sense anyway, because you people who need that, you know it. So did Lily write more? Just lol, that makes sense. Okay. And Tina being Tina said, can you tune into why my guide contact is more subtle? I mostly experience different energies through my body, like small sensations. It's very quiet, I assume, and I would love to know if it's in the cards for me to develop more spiritual contacts, because I do find the contact a bit difficult and quiet. Because I really want to develop my spiritual contact. It's such a big wish of mine. See, that's where the big issue is for many. I really want to. That was my biggest block. I wanted it, and I wanted it now, and I wanted it to be intense, and I wanted it, give it to me. And sometimes we build up so much need and desire and hopes that we can't even feel that it's already there. And that's actually what I'm feeling. Like I am in myself as a bubble. So this is you, Tina. I'm feeling like, oh, this is so cool. And that's also why you're here, because you know this is real and you feel drawn to it and you have sensed so much of this, and your whole body is actually telling you, this is true. This is true. This is true. I know this is, how did I know this is true? Wait a minute. This is so weird. And it's all of that. And then that inside, that build up, oh, I want this so badly and I'm afraid that I can't have it. So you're not sensing you already have it. So I was almost laughing when you said, I would love to know if it is in the cards for me to develop more spiritual contact. Yes, of course it is. What are you talking about? Like, you could be me if you wanted to. Not me. Well, I could borrow you. I have a hat or two left if you want them, but that's not what you need for this. You could just build on it, because okay, so they're cautioning me because your energy is different than mine. We were talking about the angel energy and how we shared that, but I still have my Michelle energy that is hyper. It's like I can never get, I need more. I wanna have more. I wanna see more, know more, feel more. And that means I forget so much of what I already have. And for you, you have it, but as you say, it's more subtle, and it's because you usually accept things more easily than I do. I'm like, prove it. So it's, if I was like with my spirit guide or whatever, maybe I wouldn't accept to believe that my spirit guide was there until he slapped me in the face and I was like, oh yeah, I felt that. Okay. Why would you want to do that to yourself? It's, why do they made me say this, so why do they make me come off as thick-headed and stupid sometimes? It's because I'm okay with that. And some of you need to have something that you can mirror yourself in. So if that is you, I get it. I don't do that. I don't believe you, prove it, and the slap in the head. But I have kind of, I have requested solid proof. Like, I want to feel it. I want to sense it. Make it hurt or make it shiver, make it something. I don't want to do the cry thingy anymore, because that's how they started. Like, every time I got a confirmation, I was about to cry because I was not a crier. I didn't cry. So every time they did that, it was like, what is happening? I couldn't ignore it. And Tina, for you, you have always had this inner ding, as Louise Hay says. You've always just felt when things were right and true, and you always just had it, and it's part of your intuition. That's also how they're talking to you. So when you say it feels subtle, it's because it feels normal, and that was hard. That was really hard for me as well, to distinguish between, am I just super intuitive, or could this intuition be from outside? And it's not really outside, especially not now when they're more integrated into us, all of these abilities and all of these helpers, so to speak. It's as though we have upgraded, and some of us more than others. It's as though I have entered another layer where I have easier access. And some people are there with me. Some people are still, they still want to learn more and have to learn more because they, well, life, priorities. But it doesn't mean that you're behind or not as good. It just means that your path is different, and you might actually get more out of the level you're on now if you don't have the same contact as me. It's not that I'm better or more advanced. It means that's just my purpose. I'm to be a channel. Like, maybe I would actually have preferred to do just psychic readings and being a coach and helping people and seeing them prosper and grow. But I'm going to be a transmitter. I'm going to send messages and help people evolve, and maybe even become more than I am in terms of understanding. Like, I will be very I'm sorry for that noise. I didn't think it was just my tablet saying it is 9 o'clock evening here in Denmark. So my iPad is saying it's time to shut down all the screens. So a distraction. We all have different ways of expanding, of opening up, of exploring, of experiencing, and also opening up to developing our gifts, to accept. They're saying accepting is actually the hardest part for many of us. Accepting the greatness that we were born with, that it has been part of us forever, which is why for some it's hard to tell it as something extraordinary, because we never thought of ourselves as extraordinary, because if we did, people would certainly put us down again. And the paths we have, some are gonna be the brightest stars as healers. Some are gonna heal through mediumship or psychic readings, and some have the full package. And that can also be confusing, because what am I doing here? What am I? So we have to juggle it the way we can best, and trust that it doesn't mean like just some people will look at me and say, oh my God, I'm never going to get to Michelle's level. And I'm sitting here and I'm so confused, because why do I get all this information? It's insane how much I'm getting all the time. Sometimes I would love to just boom, have one topic to dive in and not know like a lot, but not expert level about a billion things. So we all have some things that we wish were different. But the best thing we can all do is love where we're at, because I also love having that. Yes, I wish I could just, I'd love to just learn how to channel now, become better at that. But then all the other parts, roles, tasks that I have agreed to do, like sharing my knowledge that they have already given me and making sure that it comes out there. Well, if I just felt, I want to prioritize me and learn to channel, then I wouldn't get to do that, which is part of my soul's mission. And Michelle, here, human form, I'm okay with that. So we have to accept and acknowledge. So firstly, what we're able to do, what we want to do, and also that even if we had the time to just do what we think is best, well, maybe it's actually a detour, because we're meant to do detours. Sometimes we are meant to not do the right thing, even if it feels like the right thing. So you may actually get the full body yes. This is not to discourage from what I said before, because sometimes the full body yes is because it was in the I'm not going to say contract, because I don't like that word. We didn't sign a contract. We have some lessons that we agreed to learn, and we can learn them in so many different ways. And sometimes the choices we make could have been different, but usually we end up learning the thing we're supposed to learn. So here's just my advice. Find out where there's a flow. Do it the easy way. You don't have to do it the hard way. Yeah. And they're saying, don't say anymore, Michelle. I wanted to give a lot of advice, but sometimes it's simple, but not easy. Let's see. But just to round up, Tina, you already have so much power and you're just not using it actively yet. And when you are, you're not aware of it. I see you talking to friends and just like, boom, you hit it on the nail. But where I hit it on the nail, you deliver it softly with a kiss. So you have your own way of doing it. And that's why it's subtle for you, because you don't even notice you're doing it, but people sense that thing about you. Mm-hmm. So Tina, you wrote another add on to that, and I'm gonna see how much time I have afterwards, but We're in for an hour now, and I said an hour and a half tops. So let's see what else we have. Martha Bosch says, Michelle, as you know, I have an ongoing project, selling our home. Yeah, I know. That would represent an important long-term life change. We are not making any progress. I would like to know if I can help this. Let's just see what I'm getting. So you had a lot of worry earlier, and I don't feel like it has. I feel like it has changed course. Like there are other worries now, or it's as though. So they're giving me a different flavor. So it's kind of the same, but with a different flavor, and I feel like it's kind of on. It's as though there's a layer over the house, the worry, the concern. I'm afraid we're not going to sell it, and I'm afraid what's going to happen. So you could actually start using your magic here and replace that. Like imagine it's a cover that you're gonna just take off, like it's a duvet. You're gonna remove it, and then you're gonna sprinkle some stardust or some new desires, like invite in love and light, and that you're so grateful. Actually, this is a Louise Hay lesson, how she would say when you wanted to move and you needed a new house, that even though you didn't like your house, the only way to sell it, to get people there that would love the house, and for you to get to a place you'd really love, you'd actually start building love in that house. I love this house. This house is amazing, and it's built for amazing people and amazing moments, and I am happy that I have the house of my dreams. Because even if you don't have the house of your dreams now, you're building it. You're building the opportunity for it to happen, instead of going around saying, oh, I don't know how we're going to get rid of this house. So it's, imagine if the house had feelings. You want the house to be happy, and you want to attract people who can sense this is a happy house that has happy opportunities. And I know this might be a bit abstract for a lot of people to take in if they're not there yet. And they're saying, Michelle, stop trying to explain this, because I keep remembering how I was like just a year ago or 2 years ago, when I would say, what is she talking about? But those are not the people I attract. They keep telling me, but I'm not ready to believe that other people can just accept this as being the truth, because it took me such a long time to get there. But I don't know how long you've been in this. But for the house, for anyone looking to move or getting a new job or getting something different in their life, you have to love the one you have now. And many people then think, oh, but then I'm going to love this and I'm not going to work towards the next. No, that's actually not how it works. But if you say, I love my job, I love everything about it. I love, like, let's say it's anthropology, and I love this niche area, and I love the opportunities I have in it. Well, then you can build new opportunities in it. It doesn't mean that you are stuck in the way things have always been. You're not stuck in that house. You're creating a life where you really love your house. You have the house of your dreams, and you're in flow. And you, let's say you want a bigger house. You say, I love how spacious it is, and I love the view. Even if you don't have it, you start building it there. And some of you can sprinkle on your own terms and your own energy. And just imagine how people would love to live in your current house. I love how this house is going to offer people so many opportunities. I love that the right people can love it as much as me, and I invite in whatever. I actually feel like inviting in Louise Hay to help me, because I feel a bit lost in this, because it took me a long time to work this way myself. Like, I did it in the morning. It's like, I love my life. I love my house. I love my car. I love my garden. I love this bed. I love the walls. I love the comfort. I love my family. I love my feet. I love my hair. Like, I would just remember all the things I loved and build it. And then it was so much easier for me to love things. And I started realizing, wait a minute, the more I love me, the better I take care of myself. I eat better. I listen to myself, to my needs. When I didn't love me, I mistreated myself. And it's the same with the house or the energies and the job. Like when we're not in the, how grateful am I? How lucky am I that I have this opportunity? It's a good stepping stone and I'm building a future. So that is really, start loving everything. And it will not mean that you get, oh, then I fall in love with where I am and I'm not going to move. No, it means you're creating a flow so that you always have something to love and you get more and more of it, because that's the vibe you're sending out. And it seems counterintuitive, but it's not. I cannot explain that part because we don't have time, but try it. And then we have Aces back again. Hi there, Michelle. I am Maria. Or Mariah. I have been curious of my abilities and what I'm developing gift-wise. If I can ask you to tune into it so I may learn as well, please. Am I meant to do something with it? So I just have Tina being Tina saying absolutely to what I said earlier. And then let's see, Tina. I think I may have time for your last question, but let's just say ace. I'm thinking right now, because this is one of the reasons why I do what I do. Like, I have been curious of my abilities and what I'm developing gift-wise. If I can ask you to tune into it so I may learn as well, please. Am I meant to do something with it? No one is forced to do anything. Am I meant to? It's really what you put into the words. So I'm going to connect to your energies now, but I'm already getting how this is also very prevalent, because even like experienced spiritual practitioners who may have been doing it for years feel like there's something missing, like they're not good enough, or like maybe there's something else I'm supposed to be doing, because they don't feel as though they're evolving. So they're forgetting where they are and they can't see how amazing they already are. And when I tap into you, as you say, I've been curious and what I'm developing gift-wise, you are developing and you are sensing more and more. And I feel actually for you as though you as a child were able to see things like orbs, or I haven't seen this before, but I feel as though you could see when people were lying, as though, I don't know, a light would come, like Pinocchio would get a long nose. I feel as though you could tell if people were lying or not being true, or if they were somehow, I wouldn't say dangerous, but someone you had to be cautious of. And you got berated for it or ridiculed, and that's why you shut it down. And that's where your insecurity is coming from now, because you're opening it up again. And I'm not sure that you're aware that you had that ability, but it's as though right now it's your inner compass. It's giving you that vibe, and you don't dare trust it. I actually feel like you also have some like fortune teller skills, as though you have a lot of deja vu. As I knew that. Didn't I know that? I thought someone told me that. Didn't I see that on the news already? Like, how is this only coming out now? As though you have had some of those experiences, and that is really what is gonna be more prevalent for you if you want to go into this. I'm not jealous, but I wish I had that. I don't have that, and it can be a blessing and a curse. See, that's also what I love about this. I get to sense what it's like to know the future without having that as one of my abilities for now. Let's see what happens. But whether or not you're meant to be doing this, it's totally up to you. You have gifts, and some of them are so strong, especially the foreseeing things. And it can be scary for people, because you're going to know things that they don't want to know. And they don't want you to know. So my advice, and it's to be a bit cautious about what you're talking about, because you you can kind of like access, because that is one skill that is very sharp. Sure, you could maybe access things that people didn't necessarily want you to know, like reading their diary almost. And it's scary. So be okay with information coming to you, but don't tap in. It's like when I do a psychic reading, I blend, I connect, and then I get access, but I'm always very, very respectful. It's, if people have secrets they don't want me to know, it will be like represented like a treasure chest with a padlock and chains, and I can just sense. So I get like, okay, something happened, and maybe I see an image of their age, or I get like an inkling of, okay, this is related to this, but they don't want me to know because either they're ashamed or they're afraid of people finding out. And people are allowed to have secrets. So just be careful not to overstep that, because when you, I wanted to say if, but I kept saying when you start developing that. So are you meant to do it? Yes. Do you have to? No. But you could really do something about this, but you don't have to tell people what's coming. Always, like, I feel you could scare people if they're not ready. So wait for people to come to you, unless you feel a nudge to say, hey, I have something I feel like I want to share with you. Would you be interested in hearing this? Like, because you're going to get some really cool information and you can help a lot of people with it, but help the right people, the ones who are open to it and who want to hear it, because it is scary for a lot of people what a lot of us are able to do. Yeah, but that's really a cool ability. I don't know. I want to say, maybe I should, I want to have that ability too, but no, I don't know. Sometimes it's nice not to know. You know, I'm even scared of finding out the names of my spirit guides and the helpers that come through. So maybe it's okay for me not to know so much, because as long as it's just, I'm just having fun, it's more accessible for me. Yeah. And let's see. You say, oh, thank you, Michelle. That was very much helpful, because I felt very PTSD lately, because I think I'm feeling those informations and just wanted help why I probe uncomfortable stuff too much. I will be mindful so much more now. Thank you. Well, you're welcome. Yeah. Oh, and you just joined recently, so I don't know if you heard in the beginning, I was talking about the Uplift community I'm building, where we will help each other. We'll have practice groups, and there will be live sessions weekly, and the big monthly one where we all meet up together on camera, and we get to talk together, and you can get insights. There are going to be worksheets and helping things, and like a place where we can share and help each other grow. So if you're interested in that, you can just type Uplift, or you can go to www.neurodivergentpsychic.com/uplift. Not slash. Is it slash? I don't know. I'm getting tired. Oh, it's also, I've been at it for quite some time. But you can always go just to the website, or you can type in Uplift here or membership, and I will send you a link so you can read more about it. It goes live on Saturday, and we're building it together. So it's not boom full of a lot of things, but I'll put in things all the time. But I really want to build it for the right people who'll be there. So you get to decide what you want, what you need, how can I help you? And then I'll help you, and Odeon will help you, and we will all help each other. Oh, and Deborah has shown interest in helping as well. So those of you who know Deborah, who has been a guest here and helped interview me and Odeon, I feel like she's gonna be a good part of it as well. So just let me know if you're interested, and I can't wait to build this. It's going to be so cool. Like, we're going to have live practice sessions, and we're going to have fun and make mistakes and learn from them. It's a safe space. I love safe spaces where you can see not what if I can't, but what if I can? And you can. Gift. And Aquaneven says, Deborah, yay. I love it. Good. So, Tina, last thing I can look into here before I channel a message from Odeon. So you say, is it possible for you to look into my way of expanding into my spiritual contact and what spiritual gift I'm supposed to embody? Again, supposed to, meant to. It's as though we feel like we don't have a say in it. Like, what am I meant to be? No, what opportunities do I have? What gifts are there for me? What can I reach out and grab? What can I choose from? Like, show me the money. No, I don't know where that came from. Sorry. What do you want? What would you wish? So I was just saying, ooh, you can see the future. Actually, I don't want that, but it felt cool. But if you feel drawn to it, you probably have the skills for it. Maybe they just need to be expanded, evolved. And sometimes we need, like, I believe, my personal opinion, and for someone with my energy build is, it was really good. I started with healing because I needed to know how to sense myself and the energies and to open my heart, because I needed to work on me and the whole having to work with loving heart energy. When I was healing people, I didn't know. I was like, how can I send love to this person? I don't know this person. What if they're a horrible person? So for me, the whole loving everyone, that was important work for me. And it helped me love myself more and accept myself the way that I am, with flaws and all, because the flaws are not flaws. They're me, part of me, my personality. And if I found out I'm not supposed to please everyone, as long as I know what I am, what I stand for, and that I do the things that are right for me, then the right people are gonna be there for me. So that's the healing. I healed myself when I stopped worrying too much about other people's opinions and just started to worry about their energies. Can I help them? Can I give them what they need so they can see themselves from the same viewpoint I got to see me? And that is kind of the reason why I say, if you start with healing, some people may be already balanced, but many of us are not. It's so hard to love yourself, like even accept yourself. And it's an ongoing work for me too, because I'm changing, the world is changing, and what I'm saying, what I believe is changing. I have to always, the package is changing. So the way I love the package sometimes has changed too, because, ooh, it's changed. I gotta love that too. Oh, and there's a new part. Oh, there was a shadow I hadn't realized before. How can I love that as well? So that's why healing is really important. But the whole giving to other people and realizing, so there might be an exchange, but it is not, if I give more and this person doesn't give me anything back, well, it's up to you to make sure that you get money or some kind of acknowledgement for your work. But they don't have to love you. They don't even have to like you. You can still be a good healer and heal them with your heart chakra fully open and send heart energy and love and compassion. And they might not like you. And actually, you may also still not like the person they are, but you can still love their soul or their inner child or something. So that's a good place to start, because it also helps when you've got that. It makes it easier to do a psychic reading because you fixed yourself somewhat. You're not working from your own shadows, but you can also work without having blockages on a person's personality, because we're human beings. We do that. And then the next part. So when I had the healing, I started with the psychic. The psychic reading started to come, like the healing was first about energies and me just sensing body and blockages there. And then suddenly I started getting images of people's childhood or family relations or job, how they were sitting at their desk or something. And I knew how that was related. So that's how all the psychic reading started coming. So then I went into that area, and then the mediumship last. No, actually not last, because then the channeling that I'm doing now, but there's a natural progress. And for some, it might be different, but I always think that the healing part is super important, because if you're not healed, it's harder, because what's really important is that you believe what's happening. And if you don't believe in yourself, how can you believe in the amazing things you're going to be able to do? And especially, like for me, it was, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, I'm working with angels. I don't know if I believe in angels. Oh my God, they probably know oh, that time when I was 13 and I had that bad thought, or it's like, we have to get over that and realize we're human beings. We had lessons to learn. They know that. They're proud of us, usually, especially if we came to this part of our life where we're actually, I want to love the world. I want to love everyone. I want to help. I want to be of service, and not to clear a bad conscience, but to actually feel good about who I am and what I do and what I can help people with. So, and Tina, I know I am working on a question with you, but this is also for you, because you're already there. You started the healing process. So I don't know if it was 2 times ago, last time, or two times ago, we were talking about the starting eating better and avoiding alcohol and all of that. It's part of the process. You are in a process, and you're getting there. So so follow whatever feels right for you. You are not, what did you say? You said suppose or something. Yeah, what am I? What spiritual gift I'm supposed to embody? You are embodying it. You are it, but you can always learn more. So it's practice. The more we practice, that's why I do these live things, because if I don't have you people coming here, and bless you so much. I mean, even if there were just like 3 of you here, I would love it to be 3,000 or 300, but I'm doing this just as much for me. So I'm putting up these sessions so that I have the practice, because if not, it would be easy to forget how many amazing things I can do in cooperation or companionship with spirit. So it's not as if I'm saying, I am amazing, I can do these amazing things. It's, we are doing them, and it feels amazing. And I have done amazing work to get here. It's okay. They don't feel like we're, oh, you think you're so special. Well, they all think that we are special. They actually love us, and they're proud of us, even when we're in the beginning, because they know we're struggling, and they're there to support us. And when I say they, it can be whomever it is you work with, or who you sense. It could be angels, it could be Jesus, it could, I have a hard time saying that, but people believe that. And I believe that for them, I can't even say I believe it's Jesus there, because for me, it's just, how could I? That's presumptuous, but I don't have a problem with angels. I don't know why. Maybe it's because there are more angels. There's one Jesus. And also, I'm not sure that because the Jesus we know is from the Bible, and the Bible has been changed so many times. Oh, that's funny. I hate it and love it when they do that. I actually feel like Jesus is here right now to tell me, it's about the energy, Michelle. It's not about the stories. It's the energy I represent, and the people working with me understand that. So I would wish for everyone to know that when they are talking about Jesus in that sense, it's the, I'm sorry, I'm being overwhelmed now with the emotion of what I cannot find words for it. It's the, you see, I was saying, I don't know if I believe in Jesus, and then Jesus' energy shows up to show me what it means. And again, it can be a representation. He's gone now. I'm actually pushing him away. He's like, thank you. I know what you mean now. But it's about the energy that it's portraying, how it felt like I was swimming in a love that was so, well, it was overwhelming, almost like I was drowning, but it felt comfortable. And I just wanted to pause time and just stay there. And that is what, I mean, that's why it's easier for me to say there's an entity here, or an energy that feels this way. So I don't have to say, oh, it's Jesus, because some people will have blockages. Some people, like I have blockages. I just managed to get it through anyways. And I still don't know if I believe that was that, but it was for, I keep doing this. I keep no, that was not it. And it's okay. They still come through because they have so much to give and they know we're learning. So they are always able to be there for you. So Tina, when you say, what am I supposed to? What do you want? I would not have gotten that visit if I didn't open up to it, if I wasn't ready, because I felt it and it was like, are you kidding me? Am I going to do this? Okay, let's do this. I could have said, nope, I'm just going to pretend like that doesn't exist. I'm just going to say, but come on. It may have been Jesus. It was definitely an energy that felt good and big and cute, cool. So you can do what you want and you can do more than what you think you're able to do. I'm just going to turn on some lights because it's getting dark. That's too much. Like, I can do this. Okay, so Aqua says, I got the chills. Was that Jesus chills? Sorry. I was thinking, is that blasphemy? No, it's not. I actually feel like I didn't. I was about to say, that dude is still here and he's laughing. Jesus chills. Okay. As long as it's loving and caring and see, now I'm thinking, no, it can't be Jesus because it feels like such a cool, fun, loving energy. It's just peace, love, and harmony. It's so amazing and it feels so good. Yeah. Yeah, Critivin says. But Tina, you can do whatever you feel like doing and take the time you need. But I have a sense that over the next, so in 6 months, there's going to be a change, but I feel like I keep seeing a timeline when there are 2 months and then it's like there's a month break and then something. They're not showing me what it is because it's very important. Oh, I'm getting all this build up energy again, even though I'm not drinking gasified water. Why? That must be that Jesus chills. Yeah. Just follow what feels good for you. And no, they keep kind of closing down. I'm not allowed to see what it is because you're too sweet and you would trust me so much that you might follow it as a guideline, and they want you to trust yourself more than you trust the guidance from others than your higher self. And they're showing me as though you actually have this tour guide. It's funny, I haven't used that expression before for a spirit guide, but it's kind of the one who is nudging you in the right direction. And the more you trust that, the easier it's going to be and the more fun you're going to have. And your journey is not like mine is super fun. Like I just laughed with Jesus, I just said that. I said, I don't know if I believe in Jesus. And now I say, I just laughed with Jesus. But I feel like yours is going to be more cozy and warm and and it's just a different journey. So build it, find it, and trust your own instincts, because that's what's your biggest topic. It's trust yourself. Yeah. And Tina says, thank you. Wish to evolve my clairvoyant senses. They're super evolved already. So just use them. Practice, practice, practice. I hope to see you in Uplift, and then we'll practice together. That's funny. Okay, good. So I'm going to channel now. No more questions. I have 4 minutes if I want to keep it to an hour and a half. Actually, we're over an hour and a half because I started this transmission and I had to cut it off because my camera was all white, all light. It was really creepy. Everything was white. Maybe there was a topic in that. I didn't really think about that, but I'm just going to quickly. They're saying we don't like being rushed like that, Michelle. So I'm going to channel now and I will give you a message. And Tina says, okay, I will trust the tour guide and trust my intuition. Amazing. And I can still help you and guide you, but you need to find your own ways, what they're saying. I actually feel like the whatever's going to be channeled is kind of like a tour guide, spirit guide for spiritual journeys. So let's see what he has to say. I'm going to close my eyes because then you'll know it's not Michelle talking, but why is it? I have so many him and he's, and I used to really be angry because I had issues with men and male figures because they had disappointed me. And now I just work with so many of them and I have no problem with it, but it still annoys the feminist in me. And they're saying, that's not how we work and we are okay and all is good. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm just kind of sensing a peace, love, and harmony 60s vibe here. And it's a bit much. I'm gonna invite in the tour guide. I was here all the time. I was kind of in the back seat, and this has been an amazing ride. Yeah, Michelle actually felt my vibe and my energy as well because she has opened up as a channel, so we can actually have more of us present at once, and it's why she is sensing an overwhelm sometimes, and it can be confusing, and so for many of you as well. So even though Michelle has this channel transmission role, many of you have had maybe the sensation as though, let's say, your own energy was so intense that it felt hard to contain it. Well, you may have had a few of us visiting you because we are blending in, not in a way that we're kind of body snatching. We are helping you to, let's say it's an upgrade, so that instead of you having to reach out and a lot of work to connect, we're gonna be like omnipresent, if you can get the drift of that. Michelle is saying, what are you talking about? This is not like 60s show thingy, but okay, we will try to keep it cooler because Michelle is feeling this is a bit too unserious. Yes, so this is how Michelle talks, and she wants me to say that we're okay with it, but actually I'm gonna ask her to step in the background now so I can bring my message through. Okay. Yes. So what I'm here to say in a more sober manner is we are trying to help you all open up in a way where it will become second nature for you. And that is why many of you are struggling. And many of you have a sense as though there's something bubbling inside, or as if it's getting tighter, or just a change in how your energy feels. So if you want to help that, let's say you can help get things moving, and it's by imagining this tornado of energy or light, or maybe DNA strings or turbine or whatever, but help us get it going, get the flow going, get the energy going inside of you, like as though it was twirling and removing all boundaries and kind of lifting the energy and opening up to all the good stuff coming to you from above as below and all around, and to understand it's inside of you. You don't have to look outside so much anymore. You can actually find most of it inside of you. And yes, some blockages are still there because you're still you, but it will be so much easier for you to make sense of things if you start to search within. So Michelle just asked me, is that why we had the disconnect to connect last time? Yes, that is also what we mean. So it's not that you don't connect to your spirit guides, but now they're kind of accessible from inside. So once you attune to that, when you find out how the energy is flowing and where you get the answers from, it's going to be so much easier. It's as back in the day when you used to have that old telephone with the dial on, and today, well, you may just say yes, hello, and then the call is through, and it could be from a phone, it could be from a headset, but it could just be that it's telepathy. It's going to be so much easier for you. And sometimes easy is confusing at first because you have to get rid of the old habits. You have to understand that that's not how it works anymore. And you have seen how can we say that without offending people? Well, there are people of a certain age who find it hard to manage all the digital devices today. And this is kind of similar because it's going to be more intuitive. And to some people, intuitive means um, not logical, because the old way was intuitive for them because it has become a habit, and habits are like intuitions because you just do it without thinking about it. But that is what we wish for you to do with this new ability, this new opportunity, this new upgrade. Just do it without thinking about it. Just if you feel like, I wonder if I could be shown how to build a house in my mind and then see it on the road the next day, try and see if you can. We're not saying you can. Maybe you're not ready. Maybe it's not time for you yet. But why not try and see if you can? Everything is going to be different. Things have changed. You have changed. Your energy has changed. And you can decide to take the next step. And for some of you, you can actually work as though you're molding yourself into existence, the new you, the part that you want to create, and the world that you want to create, and especially the work you want to create with us. Because there really isn't no us or you. We are all one. And many of you have known this and felt it, but you haven't really embodied it. So are you ready to embody oneness? And so Michelle is referring to, Lee Harris was using the word unison as though there is no unison, but unison is inside. And this is, yes, this is what we're kind of also talking about, how you are connected to everything inside everyone. Everyone is you, and you are everyone and everything. And so are we. We are all here. We're all connected. So when Michelle is talking about how she can sense us in her energy field right now, she senses us as though we're around her head, but it's more as though we're in her core. It's like this tiny, tiny, tiny grain inside of her we're showing her. And that is where we are. So it's just like when you turn on the TV, you have a remote in the hand and it turns on something elsewhere. It's kind of that. So we're turning on, we're inside of her, but we're being displayed somewhere else. And that's not really where we are. So the actors are not in the TV screen when you're watching the television show, just like we are not moving around Michelle's head. It's part of the energy representation because that makes it easy for you to understand and sense and make sense of. But that is also going to change. So there are like getting used to periods. So getting used to the changes, getting used to things being different. And for some of you, it's going to be so easy because you love playing. It's as though you get to create, and this is your reward. This is your reward right now, and you can build your own future and your own self and how you want it to feel. If you want it to feel as though when you connect to us, you become a giant, boom, like you can do that. If you want to have better senses, if you want to heal yourself, do that. Like we have told Michelle, this is actually, we said Michelle would not be talking, but she wanted to know, because we have told her that she can heal herself from her ADHD, and she's kind of eager to know if that is part of it. And she's also afraid of letting go of it because she actually loves all the things that she can do with a brain that is hyper focused. But yes, you can heal the confusion and the distractions and still manage the complexity of the thought systems and have more control. So no fear, because you also control what you change. You can actually say, well, I want to keep all of it except this. Yes, you can do that. Try that first. So you can do it in small steps, or you can take quantum leaps. It is gonna, however, be hard to go back. So the advice is, if you want to get rid of something, careful not to say delete all, maybe alter step by step. If you're the kind of person who kind of struggles a bit with change, and some of you love change, so be careful not to change everything, because you still need to feel comfortable and safe, since that is a prerequisite for everything we do here. Safety and trust and surrender requires stability and also grounding. So careful not to fly up there too much. You also need to ground yourself every now and then, but it's going to be easier. It is easier. You can start now. Many of you have started. Go fly, go swim, go become a tree, become a mountain. You can do it, not as though you wake up tomorrow and don't exist anymore because you're a mountain, but you can do it for just, how does it feel to be a mountain? And then you can actually create that existence. And Michelle wants to know, why on earth are you talking about that? Who would want that? Well, you'd be surprised. Not everything is like you think. Oh, Michelle is not used to us talking back to her like that. This is a fun experience. Okay. We feel as though we have said what was important, because it's just beginning. And we can come back and tell you more about this. But right now, that is enough for now. Have fun with it. Understand that things are changing, and some of you might not feel it as much, but it's not because you don't have it. It's because you still have some work to do. You still have some processes that needs to be processed. And that is also part of your journey, but you're not being cheated or held back or not valued as much. It may be a gift for you that you are allowed to take your time and kind of look at how are the others doing. Just like when you have to solve a challenge when you were in school and you wanted to be not first in line and you didn't want to be last, so you wanted to be somewhere in the middle. Maybe that's where you are now. It's not a bad thing. Some of us have to kind of take the big leap to inspire others, and others get to find out, oh, that's how they do it. Maybe I can do it in a different way. Ooh, so that one tried to do the way I wanted, it didn't go so well. I'll try another way. So you get to refine. So don't think of yourself being in the wrong place. There are good things and bad things about everything. And even the ones who fall on their face, they can just stand up again, brush themselves off, and try again. So that was our message today. And we hope you can take it in and not be scared, because remember, you still have free will. And again, the caution, don't do too much all at once, because it's harder to go back than it is to move forward. So don't start running unless you have put up a target and a goal, and make sure not to miss it, so that you actually get to where you want to be, but know where you want to go. Always set the intention. What do you actually want? And not just, I want whatever I can, because that is not making a choice. That is giving choice to something that is still part of you, but not you. So we thank you so much for being here, and we look forward to the work that we're going to be doing together. We bless you. Mwah. Thank you. And we're going to let Michelle back in. Bye. I actually felt like that. So I was so much present this time, as though when he said, what did he say? I have been in the backseat this whole time. It really felt like he just kind of came from behind me, but still in my energy. And then, okay, my turn. And he showed me when the thing that presented itself as Jesus, the energy, it came like from here, that I was always there. I was right in the back. So I have conversations with them while they're talking. So that's also why he said, oh, Michelle is asking. And that was a very interesting thing. I hope it makes sense to you, because for me, I get so many images, and I don't know because he's talking through me. Actually, this time he was talking more than I normally decide what to say, but he was kind of taking control. So maybe I'm getting better at this channeling thing. Let's see if there are comments. Aquadivin, thank you for the channeling. You're welcome. It was my pleasure. Well, it actually was. It was very interesting how it's as though they're he said omnipresent. So that's like when you're everywhere all at once, right? Omni. I hope that's what it means. It felt so. So next step is, are we omnipresent? Can we be everywhere? Like I can sit here and talk to you, and still I can go up in Odeon, and I can go for like right now I'm hiking in the Himalayas in my mind, even though I've never been there, but somehow I can create that image and kind of, ooh, beautiful here. Oh, cold. It's, oh, that's a buildup of energy. Sorry. Yeah, but it's it was a cool experience. Oh, I just looked at the time for how long I've been live. 1 hour, 44 minutes and 44 seconds. Yeah, numbers, you know. But too long compared to what I said I was gonna do. So I am gonna stop the transmission for now. And again, I thank you so much for being here. And until the very end, those of you who have that, and I would be so happy for a like. And also, if you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe so you won't miss next time. I will keep on doing the Monday lives, and I don't actually, I cannot say that forever, but it's today, it's August 3rd, 2026. So if you're watching this in the future, not in the past, because that's not working yet. Maybe it is when this video is out. I don't know. Sorry. But I have so many more offers in my new Uplift community, and I hope that a lot of you will be there. I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I love you. And I'm so happy that you're here, and this has been amazing. And I'm so grateful for all your questions and feedback, and you sharing your emotional journeys and what you experience. This is really what makes me want to do this, the sharing and having a safe space for it. And I mean, even though this is public, so what you share here is public, but I hope you can know and feel that the energy is safe and you're safe, and whatever happens outside here, you have control of that as well. But whatever happens in the Uplift community is not going to be public like this. So that's a place where it's okay to make the mistakes and admit when you think, oh, this is hard or this sounds stupid, because it's okay. I think a lot of this sounds stupid too, but I'm going to say it anyway, because someone has to do it if we want to be inspired, right? And I'm okay with other people thinking I'm stupid, because I love me. And I know I'm not stupid, because luckily I have an IQ test telling me I'm not. If I didn't have that, maybe I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that. So what do you need? What kind of mask do you need? And do you really need one? Could your mask just be you? And then enjoy that. I don't know why I said mask, because it shouldn't be a mask. It should be just beautiful you, your energy, and what you're here to share. And Tina said, thank you for today, and thank you, Akvidian, and everyone else who has participated. It was a pleasure. So from my heart to your heart, and from Odeon, I want to say Odeon, but they're not up there anymore. They're here. They're part of me, and some of them are part of you too. So those of you who didn't know it, we share some of the same guides, and that's why sometimes the energy just feels, yeah, sure, I know this energy. It's normal. It's common, and I wish you the best, and I hope to see you soon, feel you, read you, and take care. Have a pleasant day, week, night, morning, wherever you're at. Mwah. Love to you. Bye-bye.